Esteemed audience, we're always taking it a notch higher through informative and intellectual debates here on the Great Debaters Contest. I am your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Nasimiyu Kapanga. The motion on the table today is genetically modified food is essential in the fight against world hunger.
Opposing this motion, we have Butere Girls High School.
And in the proposition, we have Nyangori High School. Proposer number 1, you have 3 minutes.
Go to east, go to west. Go to north, go to south. Own integrity, own knowledge, innermost insight. You'll never convince a monkey that honey is sweeter than a banana. It's Mulama Gaylord, call me the cool dude, Nyangori International School. Genetically modified food is essential for the fight against world hunger. What is genetically modified foods? These are food products produced from organisms that have had a change introduced in their deoxyribonucleic acid. We call them DNA. For something to be mentioned as genetically modified, it must have its structure changed for more productivity and reduced diseases. On to my first point. In accordance to the SDG number 2, we say that we are focused to fight against world hunger. Look at this. We say that there's no way we will ever be on a flat land. There's a country that is facing a problem. How? There's a country that has low productivity in terms of fertility of soil. Now look at this. They are unable to plant the crops. They are unable to raise the food that they are going to eat. My question is, should they stay hungry? God made man. God gave man mind, and that is where mind is essential. I find it so very an utmost paradox to go against this obvious parapet. According to Science Direct, www.sciencedirect.com, it says that in 2010, February, India imposed a moratorium on commercial cultivation on genetically modified food. Brinjal crops still a consensus on the safety of transgenic crops which are achieved. More than 8 years later, the decision still remains elusive. Look at this. The food has been brought for the favor of man. And obviously, as my sisters here are about to do, are opposing this obvious proportion. Look at this. They did an investigation for 8 years, 8 consecutive years. No change seen. I wonder why we should stay hungry, yet we have the mind given by God to do this. Resting in peace is my case. Bring an ambulance just in case. Mulama Gaylord, Nyangori International School, the phenomenal. Thank you.
First opposer, you have 3 minutes to make your submission.
Yes, oh yes, we hiss, we trumpet, we roar. Tiffany Ngesa representing Butere Girls High School. Maybe, just maybe, something has gone wrong. Or is this world tearing apart, forcing us to dig into human error? Killing man in the name of saving man? Destroying our environment? No, not with genetic research. Forget all about that. We want authenticity. We want naturality. We want originality. Firstly, genetic engineering has proven toxic to some organisms, which has led to reduced extinctions. Just the other day, I buried my friend. When the postmortem was done, we found out that she died because of plastic rice imported from China. This is something we can prevent. For how long will we continue losing loved ones, all in the name of genetically modified food? When all can have a solution, why not use our deserted lands to grow crops in bulk? Let's not cheat ourselves. We are making life. We are destroying lives. Why can't we grow drought-resistant crops? Why allow fellow human beings die, all in the name of genetically modified crops? We all know and can testify that shortcuts often lead to very, very long cuts. Maybe genetically crops grow faster, but what are the effects? Let's all look at the greater side. Let's all look at the brighter picture. Just the other day, the Honorable Francis Nanganyo banned the genetically modified crops which are imported from Brazil, United States of America, and Canada. Why? Can somebody who's sensible ban something of good quality? If it would have been of great quality, why would he have banned it? Of course not. Somebody of great sense cannot ban something of great quality. Assume we had other honorable Nyanganyos everywhere in our world. We could have had more developed countries compared to the ones we are having now. Are these countries importing genetically modified crops breaking us or making us? Are they giving us more positive effects or negative effects? As we all know, a cup that is clean on the outside and dirty in the inside is more harmful than a cup that is clean on the outside and dirty in the inside. Think about that.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
I am a lover. Judge Steve, I am a lover. I am in love with this motion, in love with this debate, because we are going to talk about food. Thank you for that. The opposers have said that the GMFs are toxic. You call GMFs toxic. Well, I refer you to a research done by the World Bank that shows that the GMFs have the same effect as our natural foods. Well, we have been going the natural way for long. Look at our research done by the World Bank in 2013, which states that about 925 million of people in the world go hungry every day. These 925 people, they may be your relatives, they may be your friends. Those are our people. We need to help them. That's why the scientists came up with GMFs. Well, GMF does not affect health in any way. That's according to the World Bank 2013 research. Well, in the past 20 years, countries that used to suffer are no longer suffering. This is thanks to the GMFs. This is thanks to what the GMFs is doing unto the lives of these countries. At least 328 million children live in extreme poverty. 328 million. They live in extreme poverty. Judges, those are our children. We live in extreme poverty. That's why the scientists formed a bench of 3, like you, judges, and came up with the GMFs in order to help us to fight this hunger. At least 17 million children suffer from severe, acute undernutrition around the world. That is according to the World Bank. That is according to the World Bank research done in 2013. Yet, these beautiful ladies want to tell us that we should not incorporate GMFs into our system. They want these people to die. They want us to go the natural way. Before the introduction of GMFs, we have been going the natural way. Look at what is happening. 1 out of 9 of every person in the earth goes to bed hungry. Why should you go to bed hungry? Yet we have these GMFs. Thank you very much. Otieno Omondi proposing this motion. Thank you.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for rebuttal.
It is best to slowly correct a mistake than fake perfection. And you should know that love also has heartbreaks. Continue loving the food you're loving, and you'll realize when the food will cause more harm to you than you will know the effect of it. Wait until you'll be the next guest of Kakamega Referral Hospital mortuary is when you'll realize what it means to be organic. Genetically modified food allows animal products into plants, which could raise issues for those with dietary restrictions. For instance, I understand that all of you have got the knowledge of biology and that you know a fruit has got vitamins and that something like peanut has got oils in it. When a child, recently in Canada, a 17-year-old boy buys an apple to eat for a dessert, he expects that the apple is going to give him vitamins. But when he eats the apple and slowly he's suffering from anaphylactic shock after eating the apple that contains peanut genes after he's being told that he's allergic of peanut allergy, you will know the effects of genetically modified foods. Crops may cause antibiotic resistance. It's caused by the genetically modified food. Food that has a lot of chemicals in it. So that when you have a migraine, you will realize that the antibiotics cannot work in your body. The GMO foods are made of more chemicals than nature. That is why genetically modified foods is not essential to curb world hunger. I understand that all of you have got the opportunity to go to a supermarket and have looked at the 2 pairs of oranges, 2 pairs of yellow oranges at the fridges. They cost at about 250 to 300 shillings. Yet a simple orange at the grocery costs 10 shillings. They both can do the same thing. Why don't you go for the orange that costs 10 shillings and can give you more good than the orange that costs you 60 shillings and makes harm to your body? Wait until the weight of your pocket becomes lighter that you will know the importance of not doing with genetically modified foods. Trying to solve a problem by creating another one is not a way to save us, but a path to destroy us. Think, do you prefer satisfaction with distraction or satisfaction with benefit? Unless you're a person that has his or her thinkabilities upside down, that you realize the effects of genetically modified foods.
The proposers have been asked, if we are to use genetically modified foods, then how will we deal with the side effects that come with the use of the same? The opposers, on the other hand, have been asked, how did the plastic crisis that led to the death of the girl they mentioned earlier cause her death? Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes to answer the question.
Food, food, food. As my colleagues stated, it's not Valentine, but we decide to show our love to the food. That's the part when you say, oh. Now, I decide to answer the question because it will show you the importance of genetically modified food. Side effects. Please clearly state when and where has GMF killed anyone. Now, the USAID program has done its best to feed those children you are calling poor. To me, they are poor financially, but they are fed well by the USAID program. Now, according to my hypothesis, I decide to clarify the SDG number 17. Organizations meant to achieve the goals. USAID being one of them, UN being one of them. And our goal number 2, which clearly states zero hunger. We shall live in a world where there is zero hunger when we have more options apart from the natural organic foods. Wouldn't you want to eat food that tastes like, oh, heaven is peace? Now, I will clearly state that the side effects that come with the genetically modified foods are not as much as you can say, can kill, but react with the allergies of the body. And thus showing that medical advances to those children will not be necessary. And as we know that necessity is the mother of invention, and hunger is a very tough necessity. And we decided to invent the genetically modified food. And who else can modify food that is dangerous to the world? The Prime Minister of Russia, Medvedev, decided to clarify, let the United States citizens eat the genetically modified food. We shall stick with our natural organisms. And how do they live at these times? They are veto powers, yes, but they are still struggling to fight the US, who are doing financially based activities which are sparing the food away, because the science that has come with the necessity has helped us to have food in accordance to which our people will not go hungry. I am the angel who has been sent to salvage the whole world of hunger. Thank you, Vitel Shem International, Nyangori High School.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to respond to your question.
Only when you know to what extent your logic should go and to what extent it should not go, then your life will be beautiful. Mwinambo Mary Lois, representing Butere girls. On to my question. Any form of plastic is harmful to your health. Since plastic is indigestible, I hope you're satisfied. Zero hunger, more suffering. Where is your humanity? You care about the taste of the food. How are we going to curb hunger when people are suffering from allergies? Allergies do cause deaths, as my second opposer has clearly stated. One of the risks of taking genetically engineered food is that it could contain genes from foods that are known as allergens, and that consumers may not know what they are eating. According to research from www.american.academiesofscience.com, new diseases might be upcoming due to genetically engineered foods, since they're made from bacteria and viruses. There are these disadvantages that have been mentioned by my fellow opposers are probably irreversible. Consuming nutritious food is the best option for a healthy lifestyle. They come from organic food. I repeat, organic food, as well as supreme supplements that provide quality nutrients. We have means to turn around and make good health more than just a wish. Why do we claim world hunger when we can't give a modicum of support to our farmers, who are in a very deplorable predicament? The markets and warehouses are filled with genetically modified foods when our farmers have nowhere to take their farm produce, which is indeed nutritious and organic. It's thick and thin in what was the backbone of the economies of most of the countries in the world. Stand for good health. Let's rise above GM food issues and go organic. Nothing is impossible. My father once told me, don't raise your voice, improve your argument. Butere girls.
Proposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
Whoa. You talk of humanity. Global facts, according to the World Bank, states that 925 people go hungry a day. Why? The climate is not favorable for growing the crops. So should we assume that genetically foods won't bring any assist? I wonder. Look at this. A country like Germany, as our third able speaker said, that the Prime Minister, Dmitry Medvedev, said that we have to stop using genetically modified food. You know where irony comes in? United States supports genetically modified food. And according to statistics, the life expectancy of United States is 81%. 81 age, sorry, and the life expectancy of Germany is that. Is it because you are in a short-sleeved shirt? Come on, let us have a hat. Let us have a hat as white as this shirt. Trust me, it won't hurt. Mulama Gaylord International Nyangori School. Thank you.
Opposers, you have 1 minute to make a final submission.
It is my line of duty to enlighten the society. For it takes courage to talk truth to people. It also takes courage to sit back and support facts that will make people suffer. I stand here as an ember of fire to enlighten the society. Trying to solve a problem by creating another problem is not a way to save us, but a path to destroy us. Think, do you prefer satisfaction with destruction? Think, my brothers, think. Thank you.
Genetically modified foods. Food is essential in the fight against world hunger. In essence, we're asking which is the greater or lesser evil. Do you die of hunger suddenly, or do you die slowly through the negative effects of genetically modified foods? Which is which? Which is preferable? That was the argument. And I can say that the major difference between the two teams is that the girls had the points, but lacked the passion, while the gentlemen had the passion, but dwelt around just a few areas. That is the major difference that has come to light here. And that is what has made all the difference, the results that we are going to see. Okay? Thank you very much.
To Nyangori boys, Gaylord, you created some good rapport with the audience. You gave some sober definition, although you didn't do it well as per expectation. Your reference to SDG was very pertinent. That was good. SDG number 2. But you didn't attack the motion on time. You took like 2.5 minutes to move around and delve in different issues. But when you're coming to attack the motion, time is almost up. Now, Omondi, you gave us some research by World Bank, 2013. Where did you cite the source? Is it in a newspaper? Is it in a book? Is it on any social site? Now, also, you are the one now who comes and supports your team by giving points, examples, and illustrations. But you just gave us 1 point, and you developed and revolved around that point, which didn't seem to convince us that you understood the motion. Vitel, there was good rebuttal from you that was very strong, but how do wish you came and helped Omondi by giving 2 or more points and supporting him. So you answered the question so well, but you didn't support your opponent. So there seemed to be lack of coherence and teamwork in your presentation. Then also I expected Nyangori to tell us, why should we embrace the GMFs? You didn't tell us why. Whereas the other girls who are talking about we need our natural food, you could have told us we need GMF because of 1, 2, or 3, which you didn't bring out. Now for Butere girls, speaker number 1, you are strong, that was good, but you are not as strong as we expected. You seemed to talk to yourself at one point. Now, Melvin, you didn't face the audience at all. You are overreading. Debate is about arguing out your points. You don't read and overread. Now, Mary Lois, you didn't attack the motion strongly. You come maybe later on to give us your point, but how do you begin by countering the other speakers and answering the question? At one time, you seem to be very flat in your presentation. For Butere girls, there was lack of charisma or appeal to the audience. I remember at times the audience could lose some flow in your presentation. Then normally in debates, just argue out, don't overread. Otherwise, the two teams have tried, and we wait for the results. Thank you.
And now, down to the numbers. Ladies from Butere Girls High School, the judges awarded you 66%. Let's appreciate them. Nyangori High School, you managed to garner 69%, making you the winners of the debates. Congratulations to both teams for putting quite the effort in this debate.
Thank you for staying tuned to watch the Great Debaters contest as we inch closer to find who will be the champions of Kakamega region. Remember, the debate might be over, but the conversation still continues across our social media platforms with the hashtag GDC for SDGs. We'd also like to appreciate each and every person who's been able to make this show a reality, from the patrons of each and every school to the principals. Remember, without you, we would not have the Great Debaters contest.
Implement at least one sustainable development goal in your school or the community around you in order to make Kenya a better place. I have been your host, Nasimiu Kapanga.
And until the next episode, I am Chris Buru. Don't touch that dial.